Yeah, for sure. My coaching career has been kind of all over the place, and I've continued to climb. And the last couple of years, I've had some opportunities, and all of those opportunities kind of took me further away from home. And so in this process, as schools reached out, getting closer to the Midwest and being closer to my family was a huge piece. But then at that point, it's, what is the best opportunity? And I think Purdue Fort Wayne is a huge opportunity. I think the move to the Horizon League has made this job very desirable. I was speaking to the players earlier, and some of the Horizon League coaches have reached out to me and even expressed how they feel this is a great setup here, maybe even better than the schools that they're at. And I'm super excited. Obviously, coming home was huge. I think that there's added pressure coming home, but I like that, and I think that we're going to be able to get it turned around and build a lot of excitement around this program, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be a process, and there's going to be some tough days, but I'm really excited to just be back in town and just kind of feel the excitement.
You were at Mount St. Mary's for the last 4 seasons, I believe. You went to the NCAA tournament this past year. What do you take away from that experience as a head coach, taking a program to a level that you want to kind of replicate here at Purdue Fort Wayne, where we have a team?
Sure, yeah. Mount St. Mary's was the third program that I had taken over, and similar situation, very mediocre at the time, and we hit the ground running there as well. And I felt like we had a chance in year 3. We were headed into the semifinals of our conference tournament, and then the world shut down. And so what I'm going to take from that is, and I just told the girls this, reaching the NCAA tournament was amazing. That was an experience for me that I had never been a part of, and it drives me even more to get back there, because the experience that those girls had this year and just the love and support that all those kids and our staff and our community received from reaching that goal, it was really, really cool. It's hard to explain. And I talked to the girls a little bit about the process and what it's going to take to get there, but it's 100% worth it. And I'm excited to potentially bring this program to that point, and hopefully, make the big dance and get to celebrate like we did there on this very floor. Man, so many. People that have reached out. Obviously, I played for Coach Redding. When I was in middle school, it was a big recruitment time for high schools, especially with the private schools. And I remember the article that had all the different schools above my head, and I knew I wanted to play for Coach Redding. And I grew up not far from Elmhurst, and he created a love and passion for basketball in me, even way back when. And I kind of credit a lot of the way I coach now to him. Very different, but the fact that, we're going to shoot a lot of threes, we're going to play fast, a lot of that I got from him. I think of just the people that have reached out, legends in this town like Al Gooden, Sim's dad, I haven't heard from him, but, the Taylor twins, obviously heard from them as well. Growing up in Fort Wayne, if you didn't know who the Taylor twins were, you weren't a basketball fan. So many people. I think, outside of Fort Wayne, even like my college coach at Butler, she's been a huge supporter of mine. But I think Jalen Rose said it best, in 49 states it's basketball, but this is Indiana. And that's, I think, the thing I'm most excited about. Yeah, I mean, it's a new era. I don't think that there's going to be any focus on the past. I don't, know much about the past. I'm really focused on moving forward. I think when you sell a recruit to come to your program, first and foremost, you're selling yourself. You're selling the opportunity. I think at Purdue Fort Wayne, you have the academic side. You get a Big Ten degree out of it. And then you got the sports side, the Horizon League, very competitive. And, I'm going to put together a fun staff, a young staff that's going to be, very relatable to these kids. And I don't think that'll even be an issue moving forward. Yeah, that's a great question. Typically we like to play fast, and that's the way you pose that question is great because we want to put out a good brand of basketball. Obviously, it's women's basketball. You get a little less support than the men. That's just the fact. So I want to put out a good brand of basketball that people are excited to come watch. It's fun to come watch. We're going to play fast. We're going to get up and down. We're going to score points, but we're also going to play defense. You got to have defense to make it to the big dance, and that's something, if I learned anything over the last 3 years, that's something I learned. And so yeah, obviously we have to take a look at our roster and see what our strengths are. Maybe in the first year or so we can't play as fast as I'd like just based on talent and athleticism. But moving forward in year 2, 3, as we recruit and we get, some more athleticism, athleticism in here, I definitely want to get up and down and play a faster brand of basketball.
Going back to the recruiting aspect, obviously, we know the kind of talent that is here at the high school level, every 86 Division I kids playing in this area every year. How important is it going to be for you guys to try to keep more of those kids at home and build around kind of the success that high school basketball has in this area?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, and I've touched on this before. We're definitely going to look at the local kids. Anytime you can get a local kid, I think it's awesome. It creates more support locally here. But there's also that factor that sometimes kids just want to go away. They want to get away from their parents. They want a true college experience away from their family. So it's something that you have to balance out. And I think, I grew up here, and I had some of those same feelings. I wasn't sure I wanted to stay home to play basketball. So, that's something that we will continue to look at. We're always going to recruit locally and be at those games and make sure that if they do want to stay home, that this is an option for them. But it's not going to be a huge top priority for us.
You talked about like talking to the players already. What do you think of the current roster, or what are the players that is important to them? And what do you think about the potential going out and getting some players for the next season as well?
Yeah, I told them I actually haven't watched a ton of film on them yet. I've watched a little bit. Obviously, it's good and bad for them because they have a clean slate with me. So, people that may have played a lot in the past may not play, and vice versa. Maybe they played a lot, now they're not going to play as much. So they have a clean slate with me. But in terms of the current roster, I'm going to get in here and we're going to work hard. And what they are right now might not be what they are in October. Maybe that way we do things will put some kids that weren't as good, above some of those kids that have played. So it's hard to really judge right now exactly what we have on this roster. I think there are a couple of good pieces there that we can really develop. They showed they had some potential here this year. And then in terms of recruiting, yeah, I mean, the transfer portal is a real thing. It's crazy right now. And obviously, I think, in a situation like this, it's actually very beneficial. The transfer portal has over 1,000 kids in it right now, and we're looking to add a couple pieces with those open scholarships and hopefully find, really good fits for the style of play that I want to play, but also really good fits to initiate a new culture with. We want really good culture kids, kids that are going to be team players, work hard, and maybe some kids that even understand what it takes, because I think that's the biggest thing. This group right now, they have no clue the type of hard work it takes to be successful.